Skibbity Toilet, Sigma Male, Chop Chin, Looks Maxing in Ohio, The Rizzler. If you understood any of those words I just said, I can't keep a straight face. You've probably been on the internet and did a little scrolling, you know, on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. And this is the main topic of the video today, which is addictions. Everybody has addictions in one way or another. Some people use drugs, they smoke, vape, drink, they gamble, or even play video games. Everybody has addictions in one way or another. Because for me, personally, the one addiction that has been like, I don't know, slapping me face to face and saying, oh, do this, do that, has been doom scrolling and YouTube Shorts. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I quit for over 100 days, why I did it too. Let's get into this video, and if it's something that you've also been personally affected by, I hope this helps you in some way, and let's get into the video. Alright, so I'm going to tell you how I quit. I know people have a lot of different ways of how they quit things. I'm just sharing my personal experience, so what works for me may or may not work for you, but I hope this helps in some way. So let's go. So the first step that I was able to quit is to first decide within myself that I truly wanted to quit. Because if you don't want to quit at all, right, you'll fall back into the habits. Even if like you don't want to, it'll find a way to come back in your life. But once you decide that you quit, even if you mess up, like mistakes are like bound to happen, right? But as long as you keep moving forward and you decide to ultimately quit, you will do much better than if you say, I'm trying to quit, right? Because let's say in the context of this situation, there's two people, right? There's a person who's trying to quit like doom scrolling, right? And there's a person who doesn't doom scroll at all. Who do you think is going to scroll? Listen to me. It's always the guy who says, oh, I'm trying to quit doom scrolling. Because the guy who says, I don't doom scroll, he's less likely to fail because he changed his identity. He wants to quit. And he says, I won't do that anymore. So if you do want to quit, change your identity to someone that says, I don't scroll. Say it within yourself. I don't scroll anymore. I don't doom scroll. Everyone can scroll, but not me. I'm not gonna scroll. And that's the first thing you need to do on this path to quit. So the second thing that you need to do is to remove anything that can cause you to scroll. Okay, I've over my years, I found the three main apps that cause someone to scroll or has short form content, which is number 1, TikTok, number 2, YouTube Shorts, number 3, Instagram. For me personally, right, I only use one social media of those three, which is YouTube, which I post content on, and I also sometimes watch YouTube videos. I don't use Instagram. I don't have an account at all, nor do I use TikTok, but I know a lot of you may have all of those three. If you can, please try your best to eliminate ones that you don't need. I don't even think you need TikTok, but for Instagram, I know you try to message people, and if there's a way for you to get rid of them, please do, because you'll do your best. But if you can't, just leave them there and just don't use the scroll button, which I'll explain in the next part. Just the first part, eliminate them. If you can't, keep them, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is number 3. All right, and the last and most important step to quitting is installing a third-party app for me, which is the one I use called ScreenZen. You can go into it and set it to block specifically YouTube Shorts. That way you can still use YouTube. I haven't tried it with Instagram because obviously I don't have Instagram, but this is what I use. And I set it so that anytime I clicked on a YouTube short, it would call me out, it would catch me in 4K, it would put a message and said, do you want to scroll or not? And then if you're trying to quit, you can set it to, you can watch maybe 1 or 5 reels and eventually cut down the time. But for me, I just went cold turkey. I just said, no, I'm blocking it. I'm not touching shorts ever again. And eventually that was how I quit. I just kept, anytime I clicked a YouTube Shorts on accident, right, the message will pop up and said, do you want to scroll or not, right? But I set the timer to actually take the scroll infinite. So there's no way I'm actually gonna ever watch a YouTube short unless I change the setting and lets me scroll, which I wouldn't do that because I want to quit. So I did that, and then this is where I am today. So I installed ScreenZen because there was no opportunity for me to even fail at all at this point. It was just smooth sailing. And eventually YouTube stopped recommending me scrolls. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Once you stop, they'll stop recommending you scrolls because the algorithms are really smart. Once they, let's say you watch a bunch of cute puppies, YouTube's gonna recommend you cute puppies. If you stop watching shorts, they won't recommend you shorts. But yeah, so that's how I ended up quitting. And the fourth thing I want to mention is that failure is like going to happen. It's bound to happen. There are days where like my friends show me reels, like people show me reels, and I have that urge to like go back into that habit. There are times where I get nostalgic. How crazy is that? I get nostalgic upon my day scrolling at the gym, seeing like edits and then going crazy, pump, like pump iron at the gym, and then I get those like really cool like anime edits, and then they're going crazy in there. I get hyped, I get nostalgic over that. How crazy is that? But whatever happens, you will fail. It's bound to happen. Even if you like think you won't, you will fail. But what happens is don't let that define you, and you keep going forward to change your life. And that's all I want for you guys. It may not be YouTube Shorts. Like a lot of people on here, if you're watching this video, it might necessarily not be YouTube Shorts, or like doom scrolling in general. It might be another addiction, but just know that if you really need help, there are ways you can like contact other people, seek for help. Like I'm not like a medical professional or anything. Like I'm just sharing my own experiences to quitting. But if you truly need help, you're suffering from an addiction, please seek help. Don't wait for it, because it will only make your life worse. And yeah, that's how I quit. So now I'm going to tell you why I started this, like why I took such a drastic measure to change my life and quit this bad addiction. And to understand that, you have to understand where I'm coming from, because for like a long time, like years, I would be scrolling everywhere I go. I would scroll at the gym, I would scroll on my phone at school, even on weekends, right? You won't believe this. I would eat food on my computer, right? And I would scroll on my mouse. I would scroll right here. I would scroll on my mouse while watching like YouTube Shorts. Like it was the most messed up thing I've ever done. And I'm tired of wasting time. I was tired of wasting hours, but I just couldn't quit, right? And it's so funny because I used to be the one who hated like short form content. Like I used to be a TikTok hater. I still am. I dislike TikTok because I understand like it just rots your brain. Even back in like 8th grade or like middle school, before high school even began, because I saw the people doing like TikTok trends and they would getting themselves hurt, and then they would do all these horrible things, and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to do that at all. But slowly YouTube Shorts was introduced, and at first I didn't scroll, but eventually the option was there. So day after day, month after month, I skipped a week, but month after month, year after year, I just fell into those habits, and then I started becoming a scroller. I became what I hated, and it wasn't until one like fateful day last year in like November, right? Me and my friends, we sit at lunch together, and usually we have a fun time talking about, just random things, just high school stuff. But it was at that day in particular that all my friends were on their phones, and I couldn't do anything to them. They were just talking about like Instagram reels, or just talking about phones, and I just gave up and I just ate my lunch, and I kind of just sat around, like I was looking around. I was looking around at the people around me, and what I saw was kind of scary. Like 90% of the people I saw were on their phones. If they weren't talking to someone else, if they weren't like playing sports or something, they were on their phones eating lunch. And what hurts me the most is because it's literally me. And so that kind of like just changed it all, because I knew that everyone scrolls, I scroll, everyone scrolls. But I don't want to be part of that anymore. I didn't want to scroll anymore. I didn't want to waste my time. I hated scrolling. And on that fateful day, I changed it all. I didn't like download the app right away, like I found out about that later on the like way to quit, but I just stopped scrolling. Like I just removed it all. And now I'm here today after like over 100 days. Like I don't even know what the day count is. I have to go check later while I'm making this video. I don't really care about that anymore, but for me it's such a positive thing, and if you're ready to quit, please do. It's one of the best decisions of my life that I made. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. I know this is a very random video. I've been kind of busy with life and stuff, going to like getting ready for college, finishing my stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to sit here and share something that I've been doing for the past I don't even know, for a long time, and I want to share that with you in hopes that you would take a lesson out of that. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.